Today we're going to be talking about the mental health impact of social media on children. Welcome everyone, my name is Michael Reardon. Today we're going to be talking about the mental health impact of social media on children. Now we want to make sure that we are giving our kids the safest and the best experience that they can on social media. Because if we know anything about social media, it has become the number one method for teens, for young children, even for adults to communicate with each other and to entertain themselves. And yes, long story short, there is a negative impact on social media, but we do have to understand how can we make sure that that negative impact is not going to affect our children. And the way we do that is primarily understanding the signs of negative social media usage. Now, the first sign we have to make sure we are going to be looking out for is of usage. We want to make sure how often they're going to be on that social media platform. If you notice that they're going to be on it in the car, at home, while you guys are watching the movies together, always and frequently is going to be signs for concern. And the next thing you have to pay attention to is if they're avoiding social in-person interactions to be with that social media platform. So they would rather watch TikTok than go out with their friends, or they would rather be on YouTube than to go to a birthday party. That can be a negative sign, and that is something that you're going to have to work with someone to develop a strategy, develop a plan to cope that habit. Because the last thing you want is to have a child dependent on social media. Because social media does have a negative aspect to it. And also we should as parents be making sure that we're going to be following and understanding what type of content our children are going to be watching or indulging in. We know now that the algorithm is going to give more videos of what we're being watched. So if your kid is watching videos on cats, then they're going to get a bunch of videos on cats. But if your child is watching videos on violent behavior, they're going to start to get more videos on that violent behavior. So we have to make sure that we don't give them that type of access to that content. And the best way is through parental control. Now, you can go to any social media platform that's going to allow a teen to be on that platform, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can go into the settings and you can go into the parental settings and you can click what your child can partake in. And then you can even put time limits. So if you only want them to have a certain amount of social media a day or a week, you can make sure that that is there. You can also do it manually and create rules for your household. For my household, we have a rule that there's no TV Monday through Thursday, and then there's no phones in the car or at the table. That right there is going to lower the impact of news, social media, and then it creates more family time. We're trying to reclaim the time that social media has taken away from family and brought it into the individual and bring it back to the family. Because social media can have a mental impact on our children, but we are going to have the strongest impact we can. So we have to be there in support of them. And if you need guidance and if you need help to develop a plan, to develop a strategy for you and your children and your family, head over to reverendconcepts.com, get yourself a free coaching session, and then we can start to build that process together.